said I'm gonna get at it. You know I'm gonna get it fixing me up. I'm gonna get at it.
Peace everyone. So in this video, I'm going to be speaking about how good is your listening? Are you truly listening? So moving into speaking about receptivity. So I wanted to speak about, I'm going to share a verse. Exodus 23. You should have no other gods before me. I wanted to just share on that verse because when it comes to women listening and when it comes to her receptivity, a lot of times females have received so many different seeds, so many different thoughts from different energies. I'm going to say masculine energies, that when it comes time for her to submit and listen to one king, one husband, one head, one covering, she has so many different seeds and thoughts and voices that she is listening to. So when it comes to that verse, Exodus 23, you should have no other gods before me. We know that a woman is to submit to her own husband. But if you have a woman and she is not listening, you have to question, who is she listening to then? What other God is she listening to? Right? Because you don't see this person, right? So it's a thought that is reigning supreme over what you're sharing with her. So when you have that issue, I just kind of want to go into the concept of gods and things of that nature, because within my community we was having a study session, and we recently where our chief Jegna was sharing on the concept of foreign gods and having to get rid of those foreign gods. And a lot of times that comes in the form of our addictions and needing to get rid of them, because before we serve the Most High Yah, we'll go serve an addiction first. Before we would sit and meditate or journal or do the healing work that we need to do, we'll go and I'm about to go and listen to some music, or I'm about to go and eat this food or whatever, and I'm about to go masturbate, or I'm about to, whatever your addiction is, you serve that first before serving the Most High Yah or before serving your husband. So when it comes to receptivity and being able to listen and follow instructions, we learned it can be really, really hard to listen and follow instructions when you have so many different gods and they're all calling for you, they're all speaking to you, and you're serving them. So it's important, if you want to become a Proverbs 31 woman and you're trying to be a good wife and you're trying to truly follow Torah, and you're truly no, I'm submitting to one man because that's what we're supposed to do, right? Then it's really important to get rid of any foreign god that is seeking to pull you away from that one voice, So a lot of times, at least what I've seen in my experience, a lot of women who have trouble listening to men is because it's usually based on how many different seeds they received. And when I say seeds, I'm speaking about thought, because when a man implants a thought inside of a woman's mind, she receives it, she takes it. And so when she's been infiltrated in that way, I wouldn't say infiltrated because it's in our nature to receive and to be receptive, but it's about who we're choosing to be receptive to. So we're going to receive regardless. We're going to receive from somewhere. It just depends on what is your source? What are you choosing to listen to? And a wise woman, she knows, and according to Torah, listen to your husband. Because when you have so many different thoughts, it drives you crazy. It drives you crazy, and you're not following Torah. You're not following law. You're not. when you listen to so many different gods. And those are gods, because anything that is telling you to go against the Most High, that thing is reigning as a god in your life. So it needs to be got rid of. And yeah, I think I drove that point home. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to speak on. And just, women, when they have trouble being receptive, why that may be. Why that may be. And it's really important, like when we look at stories like Mary, the Virgin Mary, and if we look at the infancy of James and we learn about her early life, like her parents like took her to the temple when she was only 3 years old. So, and the priests loved her. They was, taking care of her since she was a baby. So she was already around like her spiritual community, and she was already being cultivated in a spiritual way. So she was pure. She was holy. So in order to stay pure and holy, she didn't have a whole bunch of different like gods. It was her people. It was, her people who served the Most High Yah. It wasn't a different nation. It was her nation that she was learning through. And when it was time for her to marry, those priests was like, all right, we're going to like see who the Most High choose. And the Most High chose Joseph. And then there she goes. She had to go with her husband, one man. But before that, she was learning from her community. And she was learning from the Most High Yah since she was a baby. So that just speaks to the importance of a woman being pure in her thoughts. It's not okay for our thoughts to be infiltrated by so many different thoughts. And just, being in the Western world and a byproduct of slavery and just, not knowing our history. Like, of course, like we've been infiltrated with a lot of different foreign gods. A lot of trauma been passed down from our parents, from their parents, and just passed down through the generations. So there's a lot of like removing of generational curses and just like putting a stop to like, okay, this bad, poor habit, challenge, addiction, it stops here. It has to be stopped at some point. Someone has to say like, all right, it stops here. But before I go off on a tangent, I just wanted to share the importance of like why it was so important, at least based on what I've looked into. Because right now I'm studying the story of Mary and her relationship to Christ, and just the fact that she was pure, she was holy, she lived a righteous life. That's important for a woman, because we can go crazy when we have too many different thoughts. And I don't know if you all ever experienced it, where you're just kind of like, I don't know what to do. I'm lost. Like a lot of that comes from just a lack of having a man in your life, having one head in your life that's guiding and directing you, and that is a reflection of the Most High Yah. Mary wasn't confused. She was rooted in her identity. She was rooted in her culture. She knew who her God was, and that's who she was obedient to, even down to the Most High picking who her husband was. So that's it for this video. I can kind of go on and on and on, but I'm going to just stop right there. We're talking about receptivity. The next topic I'm going to be talking about the power of the tongue, and being argumentative and combative. So that's sword. All right. Peace, everyone. Peace.
I'm gonna get it fixing me up. Said I'm gonna get at it. I'm gonna get it fixing me up. I'm gonna get at it. said I'm gonna get